I think the first thing that happens when you realize that your loved one is having difficulty with her memory is to deny it, which I did probably for a year or so. Eventually, as her dementia increased, I found I was unable to leave her alone for very long, and I'd be inside, and then I'd go check on her, and she'd be gone.
Well, our dad was diagnosed almost 9 or 10 years ago with Alzheimer's. He was a man that you would never expect to be diagnosed with Alzheimer's. He was perfectly healthy otherwise, and he was big as life. So to see Alzheimer's take over his mind and his body was heartbreaking for us to watch, and I know it was heartbreaking for him to feel.
He was not scared of anything or anyone, and he was always in control. So for him to lose all of that for the last 10 years of his life was, really heartbreaking.
The worst part is the person that you know and love and remember, watching them be lost. So the strong person that I know that is always thinking of others and giving to others, where is that person? The changing emotions, just becoming a whole nother person.
The terrible thing about Alzheimer's is your loved ones have to suffer when you get sick. And so that makes it one of the most dangerous diseases.
Well, my husband, Charlie, who was bigger than life, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's about 11 years ago. He recently passed away about 8 months ago, but he was such a hero in the way he handled it. And I was so proud of him because he decided that he didn't want to keep it a secret.
And he made it a lot easier on us being able to handle it because there was still such a stigma attached to it with embarrassment of not remembering names or being able to answer questions. But the fact that he came out and was so public about it, we didn't have to hide anything. Everybody knew. The way he handled it helped us cope a lot better.
Charlie's mother had Alzheimer's, but she didn't get it until she was 85. So it wasn't really something I worried about.
And more people are getting it even younger.
When you've got people in their 40s, when you have a lot of pro athletes, former pro athletes, football players, for example, that have developed Alzheimer's, these are younger people. It's something that could affect me.
When my mom was in the middle stages of Alzheimer's, I decided that I wanted to start fundraising for the disease, and Susan always supported my efforts. And in the meantime, her own mom was diagnosed, and I really wanted to reach deeper and do something bigger, something that was different. And that's how we came up with Battle for the Brain.
For too long, this disease has been behind closed doors. It's remained behind closed doors because people don't know what it is sometimes. It's a brain disease, and it affects not just your memory. Yes, that's usually the first thing, the short-term memory, but it affects your judgment, your reasoning, your thinking, your personality, your behavior. And it is a long process, and it's frustrating at times, and it's overwhelming, but it really does take so much of your life to help care for somebody dealing with Alzheimer's.
Just kind of speaking on behalf of all the caregivers out there, you are so loved and so appreciated, and that is why I participate in this organization, is because it's not only for the patients who struggle, it's for the caregivers who try so hard to help.
Alzheimer's is the costliest disease in the United States. It takes on average 3 people to care for every 1 person affected.
This disease is costing taxpayers $40 million an hour, and it is bankrupting Medicare, and it's only getting worse. By 2050, it's supposed to be over $1 trillion a year, and we simply can't afford that.
All too often, it's too easy to get bogged down in feeling hopeless and that there was nothing that we can do, when in fact there is something that we can do. We can come together at events like this. We can join and support organizations like Daughters Against Alzheimer's.
For everybody that's here tonight, there is hope, and the Emory Research Center is making phenomenal progress.
Just in the past several months, what we are seeing is the emergence of blood tests, which look like they're going to be very effective for detecting and diagnosing Alzheimer's disease.
And with sufficient investment, sufficient teamwork and innovation, I think that I absolutely will see that happen during the course of my career.
What's needed is, Daughters Against Alzheimer's doing what they're doing by being impactful. The fundraisers, the Battle for the Brain, all of those proceeds go directly to fundraising and for the research against Alzheimer's.
Daughters Against Alzheimer's are going for the research, and they're determined. That's why I'm hitching my pole to their wagon. I am like, I want to go with you and help you do this. I believe in them.
So this year, for Battle for the Brain, we're really upping our game. We need everybody to contribute. Our goal is $1 million to give to Emory's Goizueta Alzheimer's Disease Research Center, and we can make that happen.
We are making a difference, and there is so much hope, and that is 100% what drives us. We would not put our blood, sweat, and tears into this effort and invite so many of you to do the same if we didn't know with absolute confidence in our heart that we're on the path to find a cure. There's so many ways you can participate and contribute tonight, whether it is through our live auction bidding or what we call live voting. $1 equals 1 vote. Vote for your favorite team. But also we are live streaming tonight, and you can send the link to your friends and family right now by email all over the world, because every penny makes a difference and your favorite team is counting on you. And we just thank you all so much for being here and for participating and
Thank you for
supporting us.
joining us, really. It's amazing to have started this organization and have, really, we call it our battle family. And together we are going to forget that this disease ever existed.
Life's too good to lose hope. So I say, let's just keep working and let's keep fighting and let's enjoy the ride while we are here.
We want all of you to have fun tonight too, because we know so many of you are affected, and we're so grateful that you're here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for supporting Battle for the Brain.
So please vote with your dollars now, and thank you.
We can do it.